Matchday 11 in La Liga. EA Sports brought us the game between Real Sociedad and Osasuna at the Reale Arena. Real Sociedad were coming into this game in their best run of form of the season so far, undefeated in their last 4. As for Osasuna, they came into this one off the back of suffering their first home defeat of the campaign as they fell 2-1 at El Sadar against Betis, but before that they were undefeated in their previous 4 as well. They were looking to put things right here at the Real Arena. Real Sociedad had the lion's share of possession throughout the entirety of the game. They had a first few half chances, and they even had a penalty shout early doors here as Zubeldia was brought down in the box by Juan Cruz. And yet Osasuna were very dangerous in transition and very dangerous from set pieces, because that is how they took the lead. Lucas Torró on 22 minutes, scoring his second La Liga goal of the season, heading home a corner that had been played short to Brian Zaragoza, and the former Granada winger would whip the ball in to find Torró and ultimately find the lead. It was very tight, but Ori Oskarsson, who was leading the line for Real Sociedad, was just playing Brian Zaragoza onside, and therefore the goal stood quite clearly there. Good header to try and pick out the bottom corner. As we just see there with the semi-automatic offside, it was quite clear though. Brian Zaragoza was in a legal position. Osasuna, as we say though, very solid in transition and weren't really struggling too much based on how Real Sociedad were attacking. Luka Sucic try his luck next, but his effort would go straight into the hands of Sergio Herrera. Real Sociedad ultimately really did resort most of the time to shots from outside the box. Ander Barrenetxea with another effort nowhere near hitting the target. Real Sociedad came into this game off the back of a 1-0 victory away at Montilivi against Girona. In La Liga, EA Sports, in fact, Imanol Alguacil named the exact same 11, but they were struggling to break down Osasuna. Naif Agurd then had Real Sociedad's best chance of the first half. This header after a good ball in from Oyarzabal, but Herrera was equal to it down low. Real Sociedad would concede possession again, trying to push forward, and on the counter, as we say in transition, the ball found Brian Zaragoza, who would then get his second assist of the game as he set up Ante Budimir. 33 minutes in, and Osasuna were 2-0 up in San Sebastián. Ante Budimir, goal number 5 for him this season in La Liga. EA Sports looking to improve on the 16 he managed to rack up last season in the Spanish top flight. It's a lovely finish here into the bottom corner, and despite having 4 players in the box, Real Sociedad were unable to keep out the effort from the Croatian international. Osasuna would still try and get a third before half-time. Brian Zaragoza, who was actually named MVP of the match at the end of proceedings, would set up Lucas Torró again, but Osasuna's number 6 could only secure a corner. Brilliant individual run, though, from the Bayern Munich loanee, Zaragoza. Corner was played short once again. Moncayola's ball was headed away, and from that, Enzo Boyomo was brought down in the box, and the referee, Juan Luis Pulido Santana, pointed to the penalty spot. Things really were going from bad to worse for Real Sociedad. However, as we see the replay here, Jon Aramburu is the man who takes out Enzo Boyomo. It's not really too much of a clear contact in the challenge. And this would lead to the VAR referee, Carlos del Ferro Grande, to call over his teammate, Pulido Santana. And the penalty was overturned after a VAR check. Real Sociedad would still have a chance before going into the half-time break. Jon Aramburu looking for his first goal in the Spanish top flight. The Venezuelan right-back taking a shot, took a slight deflection as well, and would go just wide of the goal. Boyomo would also add his impressive first half with a late chance. Take Kubo was then brought on at the break for Real Sociedad. He replaced Ori Oskarsson. This led to Oyarzabal playing as a central striker. Which is now the second half, and Take Kubo actually just 90 seconds on the pitch. He'd already had a shot on target here. There was a clear improvement from the home side in the first 15 to 20 minutes. In the second half, most of that due to the introduction of the Japanese international. Did well here to play the corner in, but Martin Zubimendi could only head the ball into the hands of Herrera. Real Sociedad's a side who have really struggled to score goals this season. Only 8 goals scored and 8 conceded, in fact, coming into this game. Of the 8 they've conceded, 7 of them have come here, which was actually 9 at the end of the game, including the 2 goals they conceded on this occasion. Sucic here, forcing a save again out of Herrera. Six of Real Sociedad's 8 goals scored this season have come here at the Real Arena. Yet only 1 victory. Ander Barrenechea was the next man to put a header on target, but easy pickings for the Osasuna captain. This, though, was much more of an impressive save from Herrera to deny Take Kubo, who cut onto his left foot to try and find the top corner, but it was ultimately parried away. Was a good save from the man in goal for Vicente Moreno's side. This one, though, was much simpler. The effort from Brais Mendez. Osasuna hardly attacked really in the second half and were just happy to control the game in terms of holding on to their 2-0 lead. They were still managing to frustrate Real Sociedad. Another shot not hitting the target here. Funnily enough, Osasuna before this game had only scored 2 goals on the road, and they managed to score that exact tally in this game alone. This was their first chance of the second half. It came midway through, and it really came out of a mistake from Real Sociedad. Ante Budimir almost just finding the ball really inside the penalty area. The Croatian just putting the shot wide as he was going to ground. Not much a Gerd could do there really. From a set piece again, it was Juan Cruz though, who on the volley tried to pick out the bottom corner. But the Osasuna left-back could only drag the shot wide. Osasuna as well looking to pick up 3 points. The day after Vicente Moreno's 50th birthday, the manager had claimed that his Osasuna players had promised that they would fight very hard to give him a birthday present of 3 points at the Real Arena, and they were delivering. Real Sociedad tried to get back into the game with the triple change. Beca, Sadiq and Turrientes were the 3 who were introduced by Imanol Alguacil, but not much changed. In fact, the only thing that did change was Take Kubo moving over to the left-hand side, where he'd been almost invisible throughout the remainder of the second half. He was so dangerous on the right, but that change not working out completely for Imanol Alguacil. Brian Zaragoza forcing an easy save out of Remiro. So Ante Budimir trying to go for the spectacular in the final minutes of the game. Moy Gomez and Nacho Vidal were then introduced, replacing Brian Zaragoza and Juan Cruz. And the final change would see Raul Garcia come on for Ante Budimir. There was another talking point in stoppage time as Brais Mendez was brought down in the box, and then penalty was given by the referee. Osasuna and their manager really disagreed with the matter, and it was eventually checked by VAR. The referee would have to go over to the screen to have a look at it as well. And during that process as well, Vicente Moreno was sent off for arguing with the decision given against his side. Moreno's birthday present from the referee being a red card. But there we have it. The referee would go over to the screen, and the penalty was cancelled out, and therefore no spot kick for the home side. Brais Mendez also shown a late yellow card for his troubles as well. The final score at the Real Arena was Real Sociedad 0, Osasuna 2.